Let's talk about something every business tracks: revenue, profit, all the usual suspects. But what if I told you there's a huge, hidden expense that's not on any spreadsheet? A silent leak that could be draining hundreds of thousands of dollars from your business as we speak. Take a good look at this number, $329,000. What do you think that is? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not your marketing budget, and it's not a new executive's salary. No, this is the amount of money a typical business just loses every single year, and most don't even know it's happening. And there you have it. If your business is doing, say, around $4.7 million in revenue, a tiny, almost unnoticeable 2-second delay on your website is costing you over $300,000 a year. And that's not a guess, it's just the math based on real data. 2 seconds. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around, right? So you're probably asking, how on earth is that even possible? It sounds completely outrageous, I get it, but when you start to unpack the brutal math behind every single second of delay, it's not only possible, it's predictable. We call this a revenue leak, and I want you to think of it that way. This isn't just a slow website. It's an active, ongoing financial drain. Every tick of the clock while your site is loading isn't just a customer waiting. It's real money pouring out of your business. So this isn't a tech problem, you see. It's a revenue problem, plain and simple. And here's where it gets really painful. For every single second, just 1 second of delay, your conversion rate drops by an average of 7.1%. But oh, look at mobile. It's so much worse. A massive 9.4% drop in conversions for every second someone on their phone has to wait. In a world where everyone is on their phone, that is absolutely catastrophic. And this right here explains why those numbers are so high. You've got a 3-second window. That is it. 1, 2, 3. After that, more than half, 53% of your potential customers on mobile are gone. Poof. They don't wait, they don't hit refresh, they certainly don't come back later. They just vanish. Now, as devastating as that lost revenue is, the damage actually doesn't stop there. The ripple effects from a slow website go way deeper, hitting your brand reputation and your search visibility in ways you might never expect. Let's dig into some of those hidden costs. You know, this isn't just about people being impatient. It's about psychology. At the 1-second mark, a person's focus starts to drift. By second 2, real frustration is kicking in. And by second 3, you are actively causing them measurable stress. Just think about that for a moment. Your website isn't just failing to make a sale, it's creating a negative, stressful feeling that people now associate with your brand. And get this, it's actually scientific. Research shows that waiting for a slow page to load triggers a genuine physical stress response. A person's cortisol levels, the stress hormone, literally spike. They say the feeling is on par with watching a horror movie or trying to solve a tough math problem under pressure. Is that really the feeling you want your brand to deliver? Okay, so if stressing out your customers isn't bad enough, you're also making Google angry. Site speed, which Google measures with something called Core Web Vitals, is a direct major ranking factor. A slow site basically screams bad user experience to Google. So what does Google do? It sends its little web crawlers to your site less often, which means fewer of your pages get indexed and shown in search results. You are literally becoming invisible. And here's the cold, hard number on that penalty. On average, sites that fail Google's Core Web Vitals drop about 3.7 positions in search rankings. That can easily be the difference between showing up on the first page and being totally buried on page 2. And let's be honest, page 2 is basically a digital graveyard. So you know there's a problem. The leak is real. The obvious next step is, let's fix it, right? But this is the exact spot where so many businesses take a huge wrong turn. They choose a path that seems to make sense, but it's really just a dead end. You really have 2 choices. Path 1 is the manual route. You hire expensive developers, we're talking $150 an hour, to slap on some temporary fixes. The problem is, the second you update a plugin or add a new blog post, everything starts to break and slow down again. Path 2, the automated approach, is a system that just works. 24/7, constantly optimizing. And the data doesn't lie. It delivers a 457% better return on investment. It's not even close. Let's go back to that leak idea. A manual fix is like putting a piece of duct tape on a bursting pipe. Yeah, it might hold for a day, maybe a week, but you know deep down it's going to fail again probably at the worst possible time. Automation? That's like ripping out all the old, rusty pipes and installing a brand new plumbing system designed never to leak in the first place. One is a Band-Aid, the other is a cure. Okay, so we've laid out the problem, we've seen the incredible cost, and we've talked about the pitfalls of trying to fix it the wrong way. So now, let's get to the good part. How do you actually plug this revenue leak and start getting that lost income back where it belongs? It's actually a pretty simple 3-step process. First, you've got to analyze. You need a clear, honest baseline of how your site is performing right now. Second, you calculate. Connect those speed numbers to actual dollars and cents. See what a 1 or 2 second improvement would really mean for your bottom line. And finally, step 3, you choose the smartest, most efficient path to get there. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. Your website, it's your most dedicated employee. It never sleeps, it never takes a vacation. It's talking to every single potential customer 24/7. So the question is, what is it saying? Is it welcoming them in, showing them you're efficient and you value their time? Or is it telling them that you're slow, frustrating, and just not worth the wait? You get to decide.